Miatas. You know them, you love them, and so do we, which is why we have 1, 2, 3 in our shop. So we were tasked with the job of making this car run smoothly again. And this is one of the perks of having a microphone, is that I can talk from back here. Now, here's the thing. When this car arrived, it arrived in a tow truck. Not a good start. Now, the problem with this car is that it's old. And since it's old, not many people have parts for it. So looking for parts, hence a timing belt, is quite challenging. So we're gonna start off with a car wash because we gotta clean it, obviously. And since it's clean, it'll be easier to spot little problems in it. So yesterday we were already able to car wash this car. Thing is, my microphone didn't work and yeah, I couldn't really say much. But as you can see, engine is still dirty. Okay, so we replaced the battery and this is how it sounded. Not good. This car really tests your age. So now we're gonna check what's the problem. These are Noid lights. More specifically, this one inside. Now the Noid light has more or less the same resistance as an injector. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this into the injector socket. And if it lights up, then it means the electrical system is okay. If it doesn't, it means the electrical system is not okay. And the fuel system might have to be checked. The engine needs 3 things. 1, fuel. 2, compression. And 3, a spark. If you're missing any one of those, just one of those, then the engine will not have any combustion and it will not start. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are injectors and these are the injector sockets. So I'm gonna remove the easiest one, which is 4 as of the moment. Yeah, it's 4. Just because it's the easiest doesn't mean it's easy. There you go. So those are the sockets and that is where we will connect the Noid light to, which is this one. See, we just now connect it. And then voila. So now that it's connected, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the engine. When we turn on the engine, the computer box will say, hey, we need fuel. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna put electricity, which is supposed to be connected here, and then it's gonna inject fuel into the engine so that we'll have fuel to combust. Now to see if it's running okay, we will have to see this pulsing. If it's not pulsing, then that means there's something wrong in the electrical system. So we now know that the injector socket is working perfectly okay. So that must mean that one of the other 2 are not working, which is either fuel pressure or the spark. Easiest to check is the spark plug. So we're gonna take out number 4 and then yes. So now that we've taken out the spark plugs, we're gonna crank the engine and we should see a spark between these 2 points. If there isn't, then that must mean there's a problem with the ignition coils. Now it's obviously the ignition coils because there's no spark, right? So we have now a spare set of ignition coils, more specifically these ones. These are the ignition coils. Now this ignition coils is for cylinder 1 and 4 and this ignition coils for 2 and 3. There you go. Okay, now take out the sockets. There you go. Then, oh, wrong way. Much like that. Isn't this the beauty of mechanics? I got my hands dirty. Isn't that amazing? I certainly do enjoy it. Anyways, so now that we've done this, we've replaced it, the ignition coils. Now we're gonna try to crank the engine, and again, there should be a spark over here. Now we're gonna be putting back the spark plugs. Now we put everything back together. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to crank it and see if it starts. So we're gonna start the car. Now, the one thing we have to make sure is that the oil pressure goes up. And also we have to see if the warning lights also turn off. But most importantly, the oil pressure has to go up. So this is the oil pressure gauge. Went up immediately. Good. Now, before we continue, we have to make sure that the water level is okay and the oil level is okay, and we have to make sure that the water's not mixing with the oil and yeah, stuff like that. Water level's okay. This is the dipstick. We will use this to check the oil level because that's what it's made for. So you want to clean that first. Put that in again. As you can see, the oil is at full, which is good. Now, we will try to clean the engine because when it's clean, it's easier to work on it, like I said yesterday. Now, this is an airflow meter. And, well, it's an old school airflow meter, which means it has a little flap inside. So the more air there is, the more it opens. The less air, the less it opens. Now, let me tell you a little something about what we like to call a silent killer. Now, the silent killer is also known as the timing belt. Why is the timing belt known as a silent killer? Because the timing belt is connected to both the crankshaft and the cams. Now, the cams, they run the intake valve and the exhaust valve. Now, when the timing belt snaps and breaks, the camshaft, either the intake or exhaust, will stay open and the piston will come smashing at them. Now, unless you want a perfectly good excuse to go to your wife and say we need to do full race modifications, it's a pretty good excuse. Honey, we got a problem with our Miata. Oh, well, you know, the engine broke down. We gotta fully rebuild it. No, it's not an excuse to build any race modifications. Who do you think I am? So I can do it? Love you, honey. Full race modifications, here we come. But for us singles, we don't have to go through any of that trouble. Full race modifications, not possible. We're broke. Yesterday I was talking about the timing belt being a silent killer. So let me explain to you why. This is the timing belt. This is the exhaust cams, intake cams. Now the cams, they have this. Now what happens is when it turns, it pushes the valve lifter down, pushing the valves down. And when it comes back around, the valve lifter goes up and the valves go up, giving space for the piston. Now take this for example. It's currently pushing the valve lifter down, which means that the valves are currently down. So when that happens and this snaps, the piston will come smashing up at an incredible speed, and then you'll have to replace your entire engine. We already changed the timing belt. Now we're gonna be, replacing the oil. So we're gonna start draining the oil because it's very old, obviously. So yeah. Make sure you have your oil pan. And there. That is the oil. Now you just wait for it to drain. Now that we're waiting for the oil to drain, we are gonna be removing the oil filter. So which is over here. Okay. So this is the oil filter. Mazda.
Go ahead, blame me all you want. I am sorry I did not record installing the oil filter. My bad, guys. My bad. But anyways, here is the car with its dirty engine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clean it because the client is going to pick it up quite soon. So we are going to now clean the car as you are seeing right now. And yeah. Now, as you can see, it started looking a lot cleaner than it was before. Something to not try at home. Over here, we are using the greaser to take off these black spots in the paint. Now, kids, please do not try this on your parents' vehicle. You could take off all of the paint and your parents will be a little more than mad at you. So please do not try this at home. Now, as you can see, we are rinsing the car from all the degreaser that we used so it can now look brand new. Now, as you can see, we are wiping the vehicle so it can look nice, it can look good, and the client will hopefully be happy with what we do. Over here, as you can see, we, or should I say, I am buffing the vehicle. We are doing this so the car will look good, the paint will stay protected. The car is pretty much about done now. We are gonna send it to the client, see what he says about it. Alright guys, this is pretty much the end product of the car, and I mean, just look at it, look at that shine. Oh no, wait, I can't say that. It looks beautiful and shiny, look at that.